Good evening, welcome to Sky Blue Fans TV, Sunday edition, and another victory on the road. Yes, we had to wait for a while, but we've actually won at West Brom, believe it or not, for the first time since 2007. Now, I was there. I was fortunate to be there that night when we won 4-2. So I've got a pretty good record there, to be honest. So I've seen us win there twice. A lot of people haven't seen us win there at all, but it was a fantastic victory, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We've also got a Sheffield United fan hopefully joining us about 8 o'clock-ish. But there's plenty to talk about. We've got 6 points in the bag now, the last couple of matches. So the pressure's on Middlesbrough, catch us if you can. And they failed, like we did, against Oxford. 0-0 draw it was. And Oxford, fair play to them. They got a point out of it, just like they did against us. So they've obviously played the low block again. And it worked. But Borough couldn't break them down either. So that result against Oxford doesn't look too bad at all now, does it? Really, we've got a point and it's good. Anyway, let's bring the panel in. We've got Vicky and we've got Claudio. Good evening. Let's bring them both in. Yeah, hi Vic. All right. Good evening. Good. Claudio. Good evening.
Hey, good evening. This looks like a low-budget celebrity. What's it called? Blankety blank. There's only three of us.
Well, we will be joined by Luke, hopefully. He is en route home, so he's running a little bit late, but he'll hopefully join at some stage tonight, so it shouldn't be too far behind us. We also got Sheffield United.
That was a big F with the way you said failed. That's,
well, we have failed at that ground normally, haven't we? But
well, yes, it's referring to Middlesbrough, though, wasn't you? So they failed. Yeah,
well, they did fail, yeah. And at the end of the day, all the results, not just that result where they failed. Ipswich failed to win, didn't they? And Millwall failed to win. So there's a lot of failures.
And it's interesting. They looked as clueless as we did trying to break Oxford down. So we're not the only team who don't know how to break a low block. I hate that expression, low block.
Yeah,
basically 10 men, 11 men behind the ball. So,
well, yeah, I mean, and that point now against them doesn't look too bad now, considering Middlesbrough got exactly the same as we did.
It does now. It didn't then, though, did it?
No, and I'm sure the Middlesbrough fans will be feeling exactly how we felt. How the hell couldn't we beat Oxford? But as you know, the cliche is there's no easy games in this league, as we all know.
Get them in early. Get them in early. Okay.
Now, hopefully, we'll have a Sheffield United fan to talk about our midweek trip to Bramall Lane, which is another very important, very hard game as well, because it's always a difficult stadium to get a result. That's not one of our favourite stadiums either. So hopefully we can break more records there. And they'll be joining us hopefully around 8 o'clock time. So, but first of all, we're going to talk about that fantastic win at the Hawthorns. I travelled up I made a short journey. It didn't take as long, actually. It was quite good, the traffic-wise and parking. It was very good. And I spoke to a couple of fans outside the ground, as you know. You might have seen it on the interviews. Spoke to Kev, and he was. I asked him, because he's a man who's been to many away games, and not many times has he seen us win at the Hawthorns. And CJ, of course, is the same boat. They both travel up and down the country watching the Sky Blues, and neither of them have seen us win there very often. So obviously they were quite confident, and I think CJ got the correct result. Actually, he said 2-0, and that was exactly what it was, 2-0. So we're going to talk about that. We'll start. We'll start with you then, Vicky. Team selection, same again for Frank. So no changes. Yeah. Were you surprised at that, or did you expect the odd change?
No, I think that after the performance on Monday, everyone had basically played themselves into a starting 11. It would have been incredibly harsh if there was no injury or anything to drop any of those after the performance they put in on Monday, I think. And so I was expecting same again, really, and that's what we got. So, yeah, no real surprises. The bench was looking incredibly strong, though, wasn't it? I think, it's funny, isn't it, how a few weeks ago we were looking at, we're a bit like low on numbers. And now we've got a bench full of players that could all arguably start in the first 11, couldn't they? They've all got that experience, and a few weeks makes all the difference.
And I was saying that to the guys around us who were speaking about the bench, we've got so many options, to choose from now to bring on, depending on how the game's going. we've got options everywhere, haven't we? And that's a good thing. And that's, that's obviously going to be in our favour now with the next 13 odd games left. It's going to be in our favour with a big strong bench, providing, of course, we don't get any more silly sending offs or suspensions and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, we're looking strong, isn't it? And I think Claudio's said about this before, hasn't he? That the way we are with Frank is we tend to have like runs. So what you're going to hope now is this is another run starting, sort of 10 games or so. We'll have that sewn up there, won't we? Promotion. If we go on another sort of decent 10-game run. So yeah, fingers crossed. That's where we're at now. Just hitting form at a good time, really. Perfect to end the season strong and hopefully get ourselves back to the old Premier League.
Yeah, that's what we're missing. It's been a long, long time. Claudio, let's have a look at that first half then. Obviously, it was the same team as we said, so no surprises there. But it was a good half, wasn't it, that first half?
It's really strange, isn't it? Because for all the years, that's the third league game with what 1982, 1982, 2007, and yesterday, the 3 league matches we've won there. That's over 40 years. We won in 95. That was a cup game.
Yeah.
So I looked at the team, and the first thing I said to you guys was, we have to win. Just look at the bench. How can we not win this game with a bench so strong as that, which is ridiculous? Any one of those players could have come into the first team, so, and you look at West Brom's position in the table, and you've got to say, forget history, you've got to put them to the sword today. And it's really weird because I don't think we started with the intensity at all that we did against Middlesbrough, because if early on they had a couple of scuffles, didn't they, in our 6-yard box before we scored. And I thought, come on, lads, we've got to wake up here. We can't let them, nose a goal in front or something stupid. And then next thing you know, Onyeka puts a toe in, gets a great tackle in. I'm not sure any of the midfielders would have got that tackle with his
brilliant interception, wasn't it?
With his long telescopic leg, just got enough of it, didn't he? and then Milan, whereas previously I reckon he would have rolled it backwards, would have took the ball and gone back a bit, gone for safety, saw the run. Obviously, if you make a run, play the ball through. And for once, the flag would stay down. He was well onside. And EMC scored a great goal. And I just thought, it's weird. We spoke about it last night. We looked almost too comfortable in that first half, which I think you can lose the intensity. I was watching the Spurs-Arsenal game, and it was a bit like that with Arsenal today, where they were far the better team, and they get ahead, and they completely shut off a bit, and Spurs equalise because they're trying to be a bit too clever where they shouldn't be. And I just think it was a bit too easy for us yesterday. It's almost like you wanted West Brom to have a go at us.
Yeah.
And you almost can switch off, which we have done against QPR and we did do against Norwich. Thankfully, we didn't do it in that first half because we then went and got a second goal, didn't we?
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
what a goal it was. What a goal. I mean, he had a lot of space, didn't he? I thought, nobody came to him at all.
He runs like he's got a funny run at the minute because of his arm. He's definitely causing him problems.
Yeah.
But the pitch was a bit bobbly and it seemed to sit up just right, didn't it? As he hit it, about 4 or 5 inches off the ground, sliced through it, curved, beautiful, top corner. And yes, the greedy part of me was thinking, let's rattle in 3 or 4. You don't need 3 or 4, do we? Just because the problem is, Ken, if you go for 3 or 4, we're gonna concede because we're going to be open. There's no need to be open, is there now?
No.
Just defend what you've got. And I thought the first half was as good as any first half you're going to get away from home this season. And without being flash, you know what I mean? We've obviously had probably better performances in terms of knocking the ball around and loads of chances, but in terms of being professional, I thought that was a really good first half.
Yeah, and it's all about getting results now, isn't it? And getting over that line and getting the results in the bag. And that's 6 points we've got now in the next 2 games. So we'll talk a bit about the second half in a minute. We've got a few comments. Shall we go to the comments?
Well, yeah. This is. I'm going to put this to Vicky. I'll put this one to Vicky. This is from Glenn. He says, question, if our strongest side is in the team that started yesterday, then where would this team finish in the Championship? Wilson, KKH, Wolf, Kitchen, Bidwell, Torp, Eccles, SA, BTA, Markello, Sims. Now, before you answer, Vicky, KKH wasn't even on the bench, and nor was Markello. So it just shows you, and nor was Jamie Allen. So,
I know it's crazy, isn't it? It's like the difference in a few weeks from like having to play a load of kids on the bench to like players that we would consider to be potential first team players can't even make the bench. It's crazy, isn't it? That's an interesting question, though, isn't it? See, there's still quite a bit of quality there, isn't there? I'm thinking you're still looking top half with that. Like, I mean, that's
I mean, all they've played obviously in the first team, haven't they? Markello, not so much, but a lot of the rest of them have, you know.
I think that's a team that could challenge top half of the table, like outside chance of play. Well, if you look at, we made the playoffs last season. Is that team like with the replacements that are there? I think that's a team that could outside push for playoffs. It's obviously not as strong as our first 11, but I think that's actually, and it reflects, I guess, how far we've come, and maybe further than we realise. Because I know we've been sort of saying, "Oh, we've not got enough depth" and all these things. But when you look at that, actually, we've probably got more depth than we've realised. That's a strong second 11, isn't it? Really. So yeah, that's a good question. What does Glenn think? Where does Glenn think? In the comments, Glenn, put where you think that'll get to.
Because when you look at that bench as well yesterday, at no point did I think, oh no, that's not a great substitution. You're quite happy.
Yeah.
Which is a key, isn't it? Right, let's read these comments. They're stacking up.
Yeah.
I think we beat the Blade, says Finn, and we go on to win this league. Do we play set up like we did against Borough? King says, set up against Blades the same as we did against Borough. King, no Phillips to deal with either since he got the red card.
Yeah.
Owls became the first club in English Football League history to be officially relegated in February today. I don't think that counts as a record because the points deduction, it's not. I mean, they wouldn't have many points anyway, to be honest. I think 11 without the points deduction. Is that right? -7.
Yeah, and you can't help feel sorry for them. Yeah,
it's a bit. And I spoke to the Sheffield United guy before I come on, and I'm kind of like, please, they beat them, because I thought I don't want an angry Chris Wilder on Wednesday with an angry Sheffield United.
Yeah.
GLB boxing. Let's smash the blunt blades and really turn the screw on this league. Hail the conquering hero, says Sky Blue Bantam. But beware the Ides of March. It's not until the 13th. Is that the 13th of March, is it? Racist says, was yesterday a case of WBA being that poor and we coasted, or a good game management? Must admit, I'm torn on this.
Well, I thought we did all right. I thought we managed the game perfectly. West Brom are a poor side. I mean, I've watched them. I'm sure you have, Claudia, as well, over the last few weeks, and they have been really poor. They've got some good players, but they're not playing.
It was surprising they didn't start with Mickey Johnson. I mean, I think he's like, when they played up here, he's one of their like best players. He's always a threat, and so for them to not even start with him was a surprise, I thought.
Yeah. And I tell you what, their fans were not happy. They were booing, and we were thinking, you can get sacked in the morning to the manager, and they were joining in. But
I don't know what Vicky thinks. It's funny, our fan base. We beat Middlesbrough, and it's because they're near the top. It's a magnificent performance. We are the best, and we beat West Brom comfortably, who are rubbish at the minute. And is it because they're rubbish? What more can we do but win a game of football?
Well, you can only play lots in front of you. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I think we just did enough to get the job done. Like, we clearly had other gears that we could have gone into if we needed, but like, why? Like, when you've got all these games coming up, like, we know we're playing again on Wednesday, and that'll be a much tougher game. So we did enough to beat West Brom, and they didn't offer enough to make it any harder. So
I think it was important. Oh, Vicky's frozen, I think. So you froze a little bit there, Vic. Say again what you said.
Oh, did I? Yeah. Sorry. I just was saying that West Brom didn't offer a lot, so we just did enough to get the job done. It was a professional job. There was obviously other gears we could have gone up to if we needed to, but we got the 3 points. Happy days, and we go on to Sheffield United, which will be a much tougher test. So why exert more than we needed to against Albion when we could save that for Wednesday night?
Yeah.
I was surprised that. From when we last played them, they look quite good at our place.
They're chopping, aren't they? They're chopping.
If we do beat the Blades, we're really looking good for the title. Yes. Nice to see Wright back to his usual best. One good game and then disappears. If we get a result at Sheffield United, I think we have 1 foot in the Premier League.
Well, I don't know about that. I think there's a long way to go, isn't there?
Yeah. Rich T, evening all. Got a good feeling we will get something out of the Sheffield game. Big fan could transform the team. Cam Barrath says, great result yesterday, and the other results just made the day even sweeter. It wasn't a stellar performance, but it was more than enough to take all 3 points, and that's what counts. There are no bonus points for artistic merit. Also bumped into the Ken and said hello. Keep up the great work. It's funny, this time last week, I was looking at that table and we're saying, come next weekend, we could be 8 points behind Middlesbrough if they beat us and beat Oxford, and we lose here and lose at Baggies. My camera's just gone off, has it?
Yes, you've got into darkness. Maybe it looks better like that, cloudy, actually.
I keep talking. My camera's gone off. That's bizarre. Hold on a second.
It keeps I have problems. Everybody has problems. It's not just me.
I'm just changing camera.
Okay. Are you getting changed?
Going to Mrs. Doubtfire.
Can you see me now? No,
I can't. No.
Anyway, I'll say what I say, then I'll go off screen and I'll come back on again. So basically, this time last week we thought we were going to struggle, didn't we? Because we could be 8 points behind, and everybody else has caught us up. But in fact, in a week, we've somehow gone 3 points clear of Middlesbrough and gained points on third place. So we're like about 3 or 4 points better off.
Yeah.
So it's incredible what's happened this week. All right, I'm going to try and you talk to Vicky while I sort my camera out.
Right, Vic, let's talk about the second half. We quickly went back to the second half. And first half, I thought it was important to get that second goal, wasn't it? Because that second goal, I think, I know all the people around us, we've a bit more relief. We've settled down a little bit. We've got a 2-goal cushion. So, if we do make a mistake, we're still in the game. And that second goal really made a difference, didn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, like we were saying, it was a professional performance to get the job done, but you want that 2-goal cushion, don't you, just so you can feel a bit more comfortable about it, and then it allows you to just play that sort of comfortable game. Whereas if you've only got one goal, there's always that nervousness that they could have some sort of freak shot that could deflect off somebody and fly into the back of the net. So you want that second goal, don't you, just to give you that sort of bit of insurance policy. So that was and like we've already spoken about, what a cracking goal.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, he hasn't scored many this season at all. We don't know. He's had a bit of stick off the fans, hasn't he? Because he's not been probably up to the standard we know Rudoni can play at, and hopefully he's getting back after his injury. He's getting back to the way he can play. Claudio's back. Good evening.
Yeah, so it's like I was on the victim protection plan or something, wasn't I?
What I find a bit sad about Rudoni, actually, Ken, just following on from that, is that he clearly hasn't lost the ability, has he? He's carrying an injury. You don't know what else is going on, behind, whether he's got other injuries, whether he's got stuff going on. You never know. And it's one thing to sort of say, come on, try and G him up to get back to the levels we know. But the people who were just writing him off and saying he's not good enough anymore, I just think, it's incredible.
No, and there's a comment here. I've just seen it about Rudoni looking much better. That goal could really confidence, which is dead on, spot on, I think, there, because it could well do. Because confidence is massive, isn't it? Football, as we all know. So there's a lot more to come from him, because we all know the way he was playing last season for us, and he hasn't quite hit that level yet, but he's certainly getting there. And that was a fantastic goal. Right, Claudia, do you want to carry on with the comments?
Yeah, I'll do that now, as soon as I've paid my bill. So we have a top manager, great players, strong together squad, adoring fans. What difference a week makes. Lamps we trust. This is, to be fair, Hadji didn't get much service against West Brom. After we went 2 up, we just kept the ball. That's the only thing I thought yesterday we should have done better with, actually, was I don't think we did keep possession well in that second half. At times, I don't know what you thought watching it, Ken, you were there. I thought we gave it away too easily, or it was a bit sloppy at times. Yeah,
it was to be fair, and maybe certainly the second half we took off the gas, but I always had that impression that we could go up a gear if we needed to. You know, I don't know. I just thought we managed the game brilliantly. I thought, but yeah, we were sloppy. We weren't. The passing wasn't as good as it was in the first half.
So I thought I froze then. This is a weird night, this. Good evening. You know it's Sunday when the show's on and the weekend is over and all dreading going to work in the morning.
Yes.
It's better to go to work with 3 points though, isn't it? That's always makes it a nice Monday morning.
I think everybody had a spring in their step this weekend, especially after the results.
Wow, the smile on that Brummie fan's face last Monday when I went to work.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm sticking at the minute. I don't know if I am. Do I look all right? Is it playing up?
No. You're okay. Still see you.
Frank the Tank has made a huge difference, has freed up Rodoni to get back up to his best. Frank Wood says, interesting, that's the Sky pundits thought we have the strongest squad in the division now. We're going to Dark Farts. He says, play the same on Wednesday night and get a win, then think we're back on form. Kevin Turner, the last week has changed everything. GD against Borough. What's that? I'm trying to see what's that mean? GD against Borough?
Goal difference.
Goal difference. too much code. It's like the Enigma code, isn't it? Roy Spreadborough, Sky Blue Army Premiership, here we come. Super Frank, I think that says. Super Frank Lampard, yes. Miles is still not singing the song?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Sky TV made reference as Assassins United to the fact that we have the strongest squad in the league now. The likes of Alan, KKH and others can't get on the bench. Kai Andrews scored a sublime winner against Celtic. Very good.
Oh, yeah. It's Kai Andrews who scored it. I know they lost, yeah.
Late on as well. Big Pete says, good evening, guys. Looking forward to Sheffield on Wednesday night. It's going to be a great atmosphere. It's going to be tough, but winnable. How's the bender with Frank Oyenka? It doesn't quite. I don't think it doesn't quite go. I don't think. Anyway,
the new song. It was in full
Rich
voice.
T says, did you notice the 3 Sky pundits consisted of 2 ex-West Brom players and a manager and 1 independent? No one from Cov again. Very poor Sky. Yeah. Oh, BCFC says, I've lost a connection again. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can't see you getting anything at Sheffield, but don't worry because Blues will beat Millwall Wednesday and Borough Monday. That's right. Then. Mad Frankie says, nullified West Brom yesterday. Game management was brilliant. What have we been missing? I've never seen this before with this camera. What's going on here tonight? I have to spend more money. Ian Small says, hi all, flying over for Stoke, hopefully continuing another run. The Tank rightly takes plaudits, but the 2 fullbacks are more controlled and plug in previous gaps. I have a feeling BTA's time is about to come. Oh. David Granigan says, as good as they were, these last 2 games have been, I think we can go and get a positive result against Sheffield United. I think it will be a difficult test. We have 24 hours extra, says Rob Mason. rest than Sheffield United. I fancy at least a point.
Oh, that'll be interesting. The Chad is in the background. We'll bring him in very shortly.
I'll bring him in, and I'm going to disappear and see if I can sort out my equipment, because I was perfectly fine earlier, wasn't I, Chad, with you?
Yeah, I was about to say he was on my podcast, and we didn't have any audio or video issues. It was seamless. Didn't really make any sense.
Yeah, probably sick of seeing him now. That's why he's been cut off. But I'm sure he'll be back.
I'll be back in a bit.
Okay. Okay, then, as I just said previously, second. I just quickly, Vicky, about that second half against West Brom before we talk Sheffield United. I think it was just a perfect professional performance, wasn't it, in the end?
Yeah, just professional got the job done, didn't we? And I think, like we said, it
was important to keep a clean sheet as well. I think
it was.
So yeah, you froze then.
StreamYard on one tonight, isn't it?
It was important. It was important to keep that clean sheet as well, I think, wasn't it?
It was. It was. Yeah, but and also just carries on the form into like Wednesday's going to be a tough test, and it just carries on like positive, like positivity into that game, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Now we'll talk about that game right now because we've got Chad Jarvis. Good evening, Chad.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Not too bad, mate. Thank you very much. You must be happy with your recent form then, because you seem to have turned the corner a little bit.
I mean, yeah, you can say, we've turned the form, but after each game, I pull up on my phone and I look, still 15th in the table. Oh, look, we're up a spot today. We're up to 14th. We play QPR at the weekend after we play you guys midweek. They're 13th. And we've been winning all these games, but we just had such an atrocious start to the season.
Yeah.
That I told Claudio on when I had him on to preview this game, since we beat Sheffield Wednesday the first time this season, we have picked up the most points in the league in that time. And I think we played the first derby in November. So it is saying something, but it's just we had such a bad start. If we would have drawn half of those games at the beginning of the season and we lost, we'd probably be right up in amongst the playoffs. Yeah, we're only 6 points off it, but we've also got 7 teams in between us and the playoff spots. And all these talking hairdos that think they know something about the championship. They're, Sheffield United's playoff push is still on. And I'm sitting back and I was like, we've been done since December. I mean, if we even put 5 wins together, chances are the results of the teams above us aren't all going to go our way for those 5 victories. So we're not going to. It's not like we're going to win 5 in a row and just everybody in front of us is going to lose all 5 of those games, and we're all of a sudden going to be in the playoffs. I think it's just a bridge too far for us this year.
Yeah, you think you're just going to fall a little bit short?
Yeah, I think we end up coming probably 10th. We'll probably be like 9th or 10th. We might be in with a shout close to the end of the season, but we'll drop points against somebody that we're not supposed to, and that'll kind of put the fork in us, and we'll be done.
Yeah. Chris Wilder, where does he sit with you as your manager? I mean, there's a lot of fans like him, and there's quite a few who don't like him. Where do you?
I'm on the side of I don't like him. I didn't like him when he come back for his 27th. Well, in 20 years when we're having this same discussion of Coventry City and Sheffield United, and he's back for his 30th spell in charge of Sheffield United, then I'll be like, really? Come on. It's like, what are we doing? But no, I've said it since he came back when we were coming down out of the Premier League. We should have. The only way to move this club forward is to go in a different direction as manager. Obviously, you saw what happened at the beginning of the season. Was it right to sack him in the summer? Hindsight's 2020. You shouldn't have did it. You should have given him another season to try and get us up out of this division. and then you could have did your ceremonial send-off when we're getting battered every week in the Premier League. And then we unfortunately have to sack him again because the owners want to try and stay up, but we've only spent 15 million pounds. And you're like, well, that something doesn't equate there. But, you know, now bringing him back, you're now looking at he's going to be here through the summer. We're going to give him a quote unquote summer, which we don't have any parachute payments. This summer is the first. This summer is the first summer that we don't have parachute payments.
Right.
So outgoings, you guys are probably going to get Gus Hamer back because we got to sell him, and he thinks he's all world. But we're going to have to sell some players on to bring some players in to fit our style moving into next year. And then I hope if we don't get up next season, I hope they really have a good long talk with Wilder and say, hey, you know, with 3 games left, we're not going to bring you back next year. We want to go in a different direction. We don't care how bad the fan base screams and cries and moans and drones and all that. You have to move this club forward at some point. And 10 years on from when he took over, all we are is one league ahead, one league higher up than we were when he took over. Yes, He took us to the Premier League. We came back down. He's been with us, you know, through all of that. But we really haven't moved anywhere.
Yeah.
So my long-term goal for the club is to bring not the guy that follows Wilder, because he's never going to be it. Sayers was never going to be it, even if he won his first 43 games in charge. And then when he lost the 44th game, Wilder would have won 44. So the club has to have something for a future after Wilder, and I need to know it, whether it's in the next couple of years, because we're going to have to move on from him at some point.
Yeah. I mean, it certainly was a strange decision to sack him, I thought, but sometimes you make a mistake, and obviously they had to rectify it, and they brought him back. But by that time, obviously the season started, and you were trailing behind, weren't you? And that's the problem. You're playing catch up. That's normally like what you do, because we normally have a bad start to the season, and we normally end up playing catch up. But luckily this year we made a great start, and we're still in there at the moment. But there's a long way to go. You know, as you know, in this division, I keep telling everybody, there's no easy games. You know, you might be playing somebody. Look at Borough, Oxford, for example. We played them the other week and we drew 0-0 at home. All the fans were disappointed, couldn't break them down. And then they played Middlesbrough at the weekend, and exactly the same happened again. Another 0-0 draw.
Yep.
So,
best league in the world, man. Best league in the world. And you guys won't be playing in it next year. Man, isn't that going to suck?
Well, it'd be nice if that's true. That'd be nice. We're not counting chickens yet. But it's nice to go to back. You know, it's nice to beat Middlesbrough and get back on top again, and follow that up with a win against West Brom on Saturday was good. So, but it's going to be a hard game on Wednesday. Now, you had a player sent off, didn't you? Derby. So he'll be missing.
Yeah.
For Wednesday night.
It's pretty laughable because the I don't know if you say key signings in a January transfer window. We all know the January transfer window. We're just overspending for players that are hoping to get us over the hump and get us into the new league, and in our case, get us to the playoffs. So Joe Rothwell's first game, he comes on, plays 10 minutes, gets gone, straight red, bang, he's gone.
Bad tackle. Late tackle.
Yeah, it was late tackle. He gets up and he says, "Oh, of course, it's not a red card." You look at the replay, like it's a wonder how the player didn't break his leg. And then today, Calvin Phillips, in a game where, in a derby where, if there's anything such as cruising in a derby, we were doing that, and then Calvin Phillips goes in, gets the ball, but follows through with the studs up and almost breaks the Wednesday player's leg. So he gets an immediate straight red. So he's gone. Bang, won't have him on Wednesday. We'll have Rothwell back for the game against Cove on Wednesday. I don't think he'll start, but discipline with Sheffield United in the last, basically since the new year, has really gone down. Like, I think that's been our fourth or fifth red card since the beginning of the calendar year of 2026. And that includes 2 red cards against Charlton, Phillips and Rothwell, and I think there's one more I'm forgetting. That might have been Patrick Bamford got sent off because he had he accumulated 2 yellows, and so that's at least 5 that I can think of, and we didn't have any in the first half of the season. So it's kind of a lost heads gone moment for us in the last 2 months. It's a little bit concerning.
I was gonna mention about Patrick Bamford, because he was training with us, of course, for a while before he signed for you on a free transfer. How's he settled in? He scored a few goals, isn't he? He scored again today, didn't he?
Yeah, scored again today. He's potted, I think, 5 or 6 goals. I think today might have been 6. He spent a few games on the sidelines, and had an ankle injury that kept him out of, I think, 2 games. But yeah, all in all, he's been a breath of fresh air to a striker room that nobody in the striking part of Sheffield United's team has scored in a really long time. I mean, he's been carrying the striker room since he came in, and trust me, we wouldn't be 14th in the league if it wasn't for him, honestly.
Yeah, good sign. It's worked out quite well for you. How's our old friends O'Hare and Hamer doing? I mean, we've seen them a bit on TV, but Hamer's been in and out of the team, hasn't he?
Yeah, Hamer's probably, I don't know. I've called that's why I said when you guys go up this season, you guys will probably sign him. I hope you sign him for like £700 million, and that would be a great return on investment. But Hamer's really up in the air. You know, he'll have his good patches, 3 or 4 games where he'll be, banging free kicks in and getting on the ball and creating space and getting the through balls to Bamford, to Andre Brooks, setting up like you guys saw him when he was in played for you guys. Yeah. And then he'll have the odd 3 or 4 games where he just goes missing, and you're like, you are worthless. Why are you even in this side? If you think you're holier than thou, go play for somebody else. And then O'Hare, you look at O'Hare. O'Hare's been our player of the season because in our bad patch, he was the only one that showed up at the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
he was banging in goals. The goals have kind of slowed up for him, but he still have goal contributions, assists, setting up plays, setting up goal opportunities. And honestly, it was kind of a head scratcher because the beginning of the season, I felt completely opposite of O'Hare and Hamer. Really loved Hamer, could care less about O'Hare. Now it's kind of switched. O'Hare, because I guess part of me is because I know Hamer's not going to be here after the summer because we're going to have to sell somebody to generate some money to bring some players in. So I'm kind of like, well, go on, go play for whoever you want. O'Hare, you're going to be here next year. You're going to be influential in our playoff push or promotion push, whatever we're going to try him out next year. Maybe relegation battle. Who knows?
Yeah, I was surprised Hamer didn't go in January, to be honest, because there's a lot of rumours of flying about. But he ended up still there. Anybody else we should look out for on Wednesday night?
Andre Brooks has been in a bit of form. He's scored a few in the last 5. I think he's got 3 in his last 5 games. Femi Siriki's played well in kind of in that overlapping role. The Tanganga and Bindon at the back. There's for the most part of the beginning of the season, we were kind of rotating in center backs. Now they seem to be a pairing that's linked up. I mean, hell, we didn't keep a clean sheet against Wednesday today, which not many teams could say they've given up a goal to Wednesday this year, but that's beyond the point. But they've been a center back pairing that's been strong. I mean, you guys probably think totally different of our team. I think we just suck. I think we just plain suck. But everybody else seems to tell me I'm an idiot, and they're like, hey, you guys don't you don't know what the hell you're looking at. And I'm like, dude, I watch these guys every week, and it's like, we lose or win, we don't draw. So like, you'll ask for a score prediction, I'll say a draw, knowing it's not going to happen because I think we've only drawn 3 times this season. So it's either going to be a win or a loss.
I'm going to ask you for a score prediction. So you're going to say a draw?
No, I think Cov wins this. I think you guys are in your ascendancy to take one of the top 2 spots. I preferably think you guys should win the league. I mean, over the whole of the season, you guys have been. Yeah, you had a bad patch, but everybody has a bad patch. Yeah. You guys deserve the title, and I hope you go and win. In honestly, to start that push for you guys to win the league, you got to go beat us. And yeah, your away form isn't the best, but we'll probably have 3 or 4 guys sent off. We'll be down to 8 guys, 7, 8 guys, and you'll probably hit 3 or 4. Chris Wilder probably gets sent off, and he'll be at the stand out there driving cheeseburgers down his gullet.
Well, look, it's always a difficult place to go to, Sheffield United, because I haven't seen us win there much. To be fair, I can't remember the last time I've seen us win there, but every time I tend to go there, we don't get a result. So it's a difficult game, and especially midweek under the lights. It's because I keep saying there's no easy games, and they'll be up for it. Sheffield United will be up for it. They want to.
Yeah.
But when you're top of the league, everybody wants to beat you, don't they? Everybody wants to knock you off the perch.
True.
And then that's the problem you've got, especially with our ex-players playing as well. They'll be up for it, I'm sure. Especially
this match should be a Saturday 8 p.m. kickoff or 8:30 p.m. kickoff, something like that, where everybody, both sets of supporters can get absolutely pissed all day and just get in there and just pile in for a 4-4 absolute beauty of a game.
Yeah.
This doesn't need to be a Wednesday 7:30 game. No.
It does. I must admit, Saturday would have been. I think there'll be goals in it. There's no doubt about it.
Okay,
let's get a prediction from Vicky. Vicky, you've been listening to that. What do you think for Wednesday night prediction?
I'm really hoping for a victory. I'm a bit like you. I've not seen a lot of victories to put Brom on that in, so I'm just so fingers crossed. But I'm going to say that we're going to sneak it 1-0.
Oh, okay, that'll be good. And Luke has joined us. Good evening, Luke.
You're all right, mate.
Not too bad, mate. Thank you. You've seen us lose plenty of times at Bramall Lane, haven't you? I'm sure.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a difficult one. When you look at how they played against Middlesbrough, I think Middlesbrough just had that extra edge to them. And we can't discount the fact that the way we beat Middlesbrough, sort of what might have a couple of days later at our ground. But I don't think they're going to give it up easy. I agree with Vicky. I think if it's going to be a win, it's going to be by probably 1 goal. Yeah. I do think after yesterday's sort of performance, I think we can probably hold our own there. I think, if I'm honest, I think Frank Onyeka makes that absolute difference in that midfield. He allows Grimes to move further up. Yeah. I just think we're more solid there now, and I think we'll have prior to him starting, I think we'd have been struggling. I think if we'd have had this game about 2 months ago, a month ago, we'd have been struggling. But
yeah, so it might be a good time to play on then, really.
Yeah, I think this is the perfect time to play on. I think I'd probably go with the same formation, same setup. I think there's no reason to think that Sheffield United can look at the way we played Borough and West Brom and think there's ways we can come around this. I just don't think they've got it to sort of take that team on. But we have got to take it to them. I think we can't sit back and wait for them.
No, I think it's going to be plenty of goals in the game. I think it's going to be. I'm probably going to go for. I think we could win. I'm confident we can win especially after Saturday. I think they've got a bit of confidence the team have now, and I think probably 2-1 maybe. I'll go for 2-1. If we bring bring Claudio back in. Good evening, Claudio.
His video's working now.
He's back.
Claudio, GPT.
I'm back in the room.
You're back in the room, yes. How do you see it going on Wednesday then, Claudio?
Wow, it's all or nothing with Sheffield United. Chad's right; they've only drawn 3 games all season, so they are so inconsistent. So I mean, you lot predicting a win might be right because they've won on today, so it could be. But I'm going to get splinters in my backside because I think this is a nailed-on draw.
Oh, really?
And I
draw number 4 coming up.
Yeah, I'm going for a really boring game, and it's going to be
no. God, no.
Yeah.
No.
I think
I'm sure some of you guys are going. You don't want to watch that. I want goals for you guys that are going to be there in person. I want it to be 5-4, so you guys get your money's worth. I'm going to be watching on TV over here. I want you guys to see goals, man.
It's never going to be 0-0, is it? Not with our defence. We're going to concede at some point. I think it could. Well, I'll tell you what. I think it's going to be a draw. I'm going for a 2-2.
You go for a 2-2. Okay.
A frustrating 2-2 because it wouldn't surprise me if we go 2 up and then end up being 2-2 just because it's Sheffield United and it's anything can happen with Sheffield United this season.
Yeah. Chad, who do you fear in our team then? Have you seen plenty of our games on telly? Who do you fear?
Well, it's not one particular player because, as I told Claudio on recording the preview on our end, Coventry are on a lot over here, and that's one of the teams that I kind of key in on because that's you guys are the measuring stick for this league. You guys have been out front all season, and me being stateside and American, you see Haji, right, and he's going to be unfortunately leading the line for the United States in the World Cup, and we probably will score 2 goals the entire competition. So you see him not scoring, what was it, Claudio, 19 games, and then he bags a hat trick against Middlesbrough, and you're like, where did that come from? So it's like it's not one set person. It's more of almost a team effort on your side. And correct me if I'm wrong, but hasn't Radoni kind of taken a step back this season for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, he obviously scored a great goal the weekend, but to be fair, he hasn't. He's been out injured. He's come back from a bad injury, and he's not quite hit the level playing wise as he has done from last season.
Yeah,
he's getting there. He's improving every game, but it's not quite there yet.
Yeah, coming in because we were rumored, obviously, and it probably turned out to be a pipe dream. It's just one of those summer rumors, but we were allegedly coming for him, and I'm like, oh well, a lot of players or a lot of people rate him very high, and I was like, that'd be stupid of Coventry to let him go, and obviously he didn't. And then you kind of see that he kind of receded this year. He's like, what's going on with him? Because he was like, I think there was even Premier League teams kind of sniffing around him too.
Yeah. He was in top form last year for us, but as with a lot of players, they have a bad injury and they take time to recover and get back to the level they were at previously.
Yep.
So, just a comment here. Look, just to remind you, Chad, Claudio's banned from away games.
He did tell me that because I asked him. I asked him if he was going on Wednesday. And he said, "No, I'm banned from away games." So I was like,
"He's got an appalling record." In away games. That's all I can say.
Well, what was it last year? Millwall was the last time you went away, Claudio? Is that what you said?
That's the last win I've seen away. Yeah, I've had a shocking, and it's not just that. Displays have been terrible when I've been away. I think they just do it for my benefit.
Was it Claudio's fault that Coventry went on the bad patch they had? Who's taking the flack on the podcast for that?
Well, in fairness, we were unbeaten, 15 matches. I went to Wrexham away and we lost.
That's what started the rot.
Oh man! Yeah. Oh wow!
Yeah. Went to Stoke to the cup game and we lost. So
Yeah.
the ban was
Not
lifted
about-
in the cup game, and we still lost that. So I thought, no.
Yeah, we let him go because of the cup, because the cup match. We thought it might
Yeah.
change a bit, change a bit of a look maybe, but no, we still lost.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got an appalling record, so we'll have to wait and see when, if he's allowed back.
One thing is if you guys do go up and you guys don't spend like we've done in the Premier League, only spent like 30 million pounds. I mean, you're probably going to suffer a boatload of losses like we did. So, I mean, in all honesty, home and away, next year, if you guys don't invest like we've done in the past, it doesn't matter. You just lose every week. That is not fun.
Yeah. I mean, Sunderland have certainly done well this year, haven't they? I mean, if you look at them, how close we were all involved, weren't we, in the playoffs, and how close we were. There weren't a lot between any of the teams. And Sunderland have gone up and they've spent a bit of money. They've had a clear out. They've a completely different team, but they've invested, haven't they?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's the key.
Look where they are in the league. They've done really well.
Is it like 9 players or something that they signed? 8 or 9 players? I remember seeing on Sky Sports, Sunderland said signing so far this summer, and I saw Sunderland's drop. It was a huge list, and I thought, wow, that's a statement to make. That's a way of making it of surviving in the Premier League.
I might be way off it, but I think somewhere around 170, 200 million is what they spent.
Really? Yeah.
I mean, Granit Xhaka came in for 30-odd million pounds, I think, from Leverkusen. So, I mean, you gotta look. Yeah, I mean, that's where it is, though. I mean, that's what it's unfortunately turned into.
You've got to spend your promotion money, haven't you? I think that's why Luton fell short the year that they beat us, because they had to concentrate a lot of their money on a stadium that was Premier League ready. But I think I've said this: if we go up, that money is got to be spent on players. Has to be.
In the same thing with even us. We went up automatically. Where did all that money go? Because it surely didn't get reinvested in infrastructure. It didn't get invested in the training ground. I don't know if it lined somebody's pockets, but when the last year we were in there, I think in the summer we only spent 70-odd million pounds, and we sent our 2 best players out and Dye to Marseille and Sanderberg to Fulham. And you're like, we played 46 games and earned the right to play in this division, and you already are on match day 1. You're basically saying we're down because you didn't invest anything.
Yeah,
it's interesting because I know what our fan base is like. If we'd have spent 30 million on Xhaka, we'd have had fans going, "What are we spending that on him for? He's past it." I can tell you now, there's going to be an absolute meltdown as soon as we sign somebody for even 15 million that no one's heard of. Yeah, I look at that Sunderland team. I don't know half those players that have come in.
No, I don't.
And they've done enough to keep them up this season. They've tailed off a bit now, and they'll probably end up about 15th or 14th. But they've done enough, haven't they, to survive? And that's what you need to do. And Forest are feeling it now because they've had a season where they basically couldn't spend any money now because they went bonkers the first year, didn't they? So, but they're in Europe still, aren't they? I believe they're still there.
Yeah. They won away Fenerbahce, didn't they, the other night?
Yeah.
So,
and that's the biggest thing too. Is if you survive the first season, that's good. But like Claudio said, you hamstring yourself or you bring all these players in, spend 200 million pounds. The second season is where you're going to suffer all your damage because you can't. If those players don't play up to the level they played this season, Sunderland could go back down with all those players on all those wages. Now there's probably relegation clauses in there, but you can't expect them to be at the same level the second season. And if they don't, then you're going to be in a relegation fight, and you're like, well, this is all for naught. This is fun while it lasted.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you get a lot of money for going up, but you have to spend it.
Exactly.
Spend it wisely.
Should we not bother? Should we just stay where we are?
Stay in here. Stay in this division. This division is so fun.
We're winning so many games. I've never seen us win so many games in the last 8 years. You compare the last 8 years, the amount of matches we've won in total compared to like the 8 years before. I bet it's double. Gotta be.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The thing is, are we chasing something we don't really want? We want the Premier League, but we don't want consecutive losses week in, week out, do we? There's no fun with it going to, one on the Saturday just to watch Man City or Arsenal turn up and absolutely spank us. So what do we? Are we chasing?
And then on the other hand, if you do get your feet under the table, if you like, and do a Brighton, we're just as big as Brighton, probably a bigger club than Brighton, to be fair, fan base wise, much bigger. They're doing fantastic by staying in the Premier League, and it's not so long ago. If you remember, Brighton were down in the dumps. They didn't have a ground or anything like that a few years ago, and they're happily settled in the Premier League now, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. You need to sort your home form out. If you have a strong home form, you've got a chance of staying up and pick up the odd couple of wins away and the odd draws, you'll be fine. Because remember, it's changed. You don't need 40 points anymore to stay up in the Premier League. You're looking at 30 some seasons, 35. You're safe. So it's not as dramatic, is it, like it used to be?
And I mean, look at Sunderland today. Today's the 22nd of February. We're more than, 3/4 of the season gone, and they've only lost at home twice, and they've only lost at home in the last 2 matches at home. They lost to Liverpool, and they lost today at Fulham. So, I mean, you're what are they, like 24-odd games, 25-odd games played in their season, and they've only suffered 2 home defeats. So if you can get the home form straight and just be atrocious away, the law of average is going to level out, and you're actually be pretty decent.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting anyway. Any more questions for Chad before we let him go?
No, I don't think I have.
I think we've covered quite a lot, really. But one game you won't play next year, then is Sheffield Wednesday. You won't have no local derby for you next year, unfortunately.
No, I mean, unless Leeds come down, that'll be a derby, but it's not really a derby. It sucks. I mean, you never want to see any club go through like what a Bury went through or a Macclesfield went through. What they're going through is unthinkable. And, I hope, obviously you draw off today, we sent them down. Okay, that's going to live in history as, you sent your rival club down. But they might not be back in this division for 5-6 years. I mean, they're going to get stuck down. If they don't get their stuff sorted, they're not going to be back in the championship for quite a while. So it's key that they get their stuff sorted over the summer and get playing, because I want to have seasons where we play a derby, because this was the most lopsided. I mean, we beat them over the 2 legs this season, 5-1 on aggregate. And it's like, that's got to be one of the most lopsided league seasons between that we played each other twice in the history. There's probably stuff from like the early 1900s that's bigger, but that's what makes football fun, is when you have your teams to have the rivalries and play every week. And if God forbid, if they were to go out of business, what? So it's Sheffield United. You think the Wednesday fans are going to be Sheffield United fans? No, they'll go support Sheffield FC or somebody.
If Sheffield Wednesday went out of business, that would be the biggest shock in football in history, I think, in terms of the size of the club. It's unthinkable that they'd have to start from scratch. Hopefully, they'll just let Tim Fisher take the club. Not Tim Fisher, because he supports Sheffield Wednesday, but what's his name? Fraser's. I can't think of his name now.
Fraser's man. Just calling him Fraser's man.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
I can't think of his name now.
Mike Ashley.
Mike Ashley. Yeah.
He's meant to be buying them out, isn't he? So I don't know what's happening now.
It's from talking to people over there leading into this game today, it was pretty bad. And honestly, as bad as this sounds, when we beat them at Hillsborough last season, it finally was the tipping point that sent their supporters over the edge and said, we have got to do something. Something has to change. We can't keep losing to these guys year in and year out. And then that's when it kind of everything blew up, and Chancery stopped paying the players, stopped paying the backroom staff. I mean, they're hanging on by a thread right now. I mean, if somebody doesn't come and buy them up, the perspective buyer right now is going through all the EFL, loops and hoops
Yeah.
you got to jump through. If that falls through, there's no prospective buyers out there. They could be out of business by the come the end of the season.
We have got a question from one of our viewers. Chad, have you ever heard of Jonah Fat Cat as he represents the Sky Blues in the USA?
I don't know if I've heard of him, but he's probably based up in New York or somewhere. I haven't heard of him.
Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's a big Sky Blues fan. He was on our show. He came over recently, and he was on our show, and he came over for the first time. Basically, a big Coventry fan.
I'm trying to get the push over here to get us. Well, not you guys if you won't be in the Premier League, but trying to get these EFL people that support stateside and expats that move over here and support EFL teams, kind of to drum that let's get it, like, make a movement over here, because I know there's a bunch of EFL supporters. We've got the TV deal over here now where you can basically watch a handful of games. Now, granted, you still got to pay for your local team's TV subscription for the odd number of games, but I'm trying to get a movement to, hey, reach out to me if you're an EFL supporter of any of the 72 teams. Piss on the 20 that are in the Premier League. I care about the EFL, not the Premier League. And reach out to me and let me know where you are stateside, so we can kind of get this web and this network worked out of. There's EFL fans. If you just on a random Saturday, you want to go out to the pub and watch a game, well, you can reach out to me. I have a connection here, or I know Coventry supporters here. I know, like, your bigger cities like New York and Los Angeles, they're going to have your bigger followings for teams. But this is such a vast land, and everybody's going to come over here for the World Cup. I just want to try and link people together and kind of spread that word for the EFL that, hey, the Premier League's on 24/7 over here, but there's the best league in the world is just another streaming app away. That's it. And you can watch it weekly. So that's my goal. It's a small movement, but it's going to get some momentum at some point.
Cool.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Well, look, thanks for coming on, Chad. Appreciate it, as always. And I wish you the best of luck after tomorrow's game, obviously. And you never know, you might sneak into the playoffs. Never rule it out in this league. Anything to that?
I'll see you guys. I'll be watching from afar. I hope you guys go up as champions this year. It'll be well deserved. I hope you guys have a great rest of the season.
Okay, appreciate that.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming on.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, mate. Ta-da. Okay, Chad Jarvis with. It's amazing how there is quite a few EFL fans out there in America, isn't there? We've obviously got Jonah Fat Cat that we know. There's a guy there that supports his team, and I bet there's loads, really, isn't there? Expats.
When I was flying back from New York back in 2023, I had my Cov top on, went to JFK, and there was a member of the airport staff there that had his high vis on, and he noticed my badge, and he said, "Oh, Coventry City." And I went, "Yeah." And I thought, "Oh, he's trying to pull my leg here." I follow Coventry, and I thought, "Oh, okay." And I started sort of like talking to him about our history and let him sort of lead. And he knew the history. He knows his. There's no he just said I'm a Coventry City fan and agreed with me, and know that kind of history about us. And he said, yeah, he goes, I just wanted to watch the championship, and I just chose a team, and Coventry was my team. And you're in the middle of you're on like an underground on your way back to JFK Airport, talking to someone who lives and is born and lives in Queens, and he's a Coventry City fan. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, because obviously their main sport is American football, isn't it?
Yeah.
But soccer, as they used to call it, soccer.
Wow,
it's catching on out there now, isn't it? And the MLS.
They want because MLS is different. When I was over there in 2018 and watched New York Red Bulls against LA Galaxy, and it's just different. It really is different, and I can see where soccer is very, very. We call it football. It's very popular now over there because parents are leaning more towards that and basketball rather than American football. American football, even when you're practicing as a kid, it comes with injury risks, really serious injury risks. So apparently, sort of modern day soccer and football and basketball are becoming more and more popular. So that's why it's leaning towards that. But you can see where the state of play, the Championship's a far better league than any MLS game, in my opinion.
Yeah, competitive wise as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the quality of the players and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Claudio, there's loads of questions to catch up on.
Well, I'm going to read these out now, undisturbed. I'll get through them, hopefully, if I don't get blacked out again. What's going on? Hi all, flying over. Oh, you've done that one. That was one of the last ones I did, wasn't it? Right, here we go then. Not sexy, functional, professional, and 3 points. Can't argue with that. West Bromwich Albion were terrible. What the hell has happened to them this season, says Mark Rainbow. I know. Craig Robinson says, every other result went our way too, as an added bonus. Oxford should have won their game all intent against Bury. Yeah, I watched it. They hit the bar and the post. So yeah. David Granigan, I didn't once feel like West Brom could get to us. We didn't even get out of first gear. Do we think we stay with the same starting 11 against United, or does he make any changes? Lee Lishman says, one of those rare perfect weekends, like a double win. The win, fantastic, but then to watch the other teams below us fail to win made it a perfect one to savour. I was hoping for one of the chasing pack to slip up. They all did, didn't they, pretty much?
Yeah.
Anthony Pettifer. Enjoyed my trip to West Bromwich Albion yesterday. We controlled the second half, not overcommitting. We did what we needed to do, and I am happy. Reece Small says, even though important result yesterday after the Borough, seems like we could have a mojo back. Let's go to the Blades and get a result. Watch them the last few games, and we have nothing to fear. Rothwell and Phillips out, and Yecker to hunt and chop down Hamer, stopping service to Bamford.
That will be interesting, wouldn't it? Hamer against Frank.
Yeah, just chopping. Mick Rogers, done enough in the first half to win the game, eased off in the second half. I agree about the depth of our squad is the strongest that I can remember. If we can get results on Wednesday night, I think we definitely finish in top 2. What's your thoughts? We'll come to that in a second.
Yeah.
Where are we? This is from Doug Boland. He says, so I get it up on the screen. Claudio's just gone into witness protection.
I was concerned for your safety at one stage.
Oh yeah, well, kidnapped another podcast. James Wilkins, listening to Redoni on TV after the West Bromwich Albion game, he admitted he's carrying injuries. At least we know now why he's not been at his best. We must fight steel with steel on Wednesday night. A white hot Bramall Lane will not be for the faint-hearted. Hopefully their light show is better than last season's. Cameron Rossi, Bobby and Latty look good partnership in central defence.
Yeah.
Mandip Singh says, the scout had spotted Onyeka needs a raise. Didn't have much game action over the past few years to base his opinion on. Great signing.
Yeah.
Claudio could have had. Claudio, can you have a chat with Mr. King? Only £25 away ticket for the over 60. Claudio, you need to pay your bill. I don't know. I've got a couple more here. Claudio discussing issues with his equipment. You do make me laugh. Claudio, with performance issues, his tackle is not working for now.
Life on Bolsall common, isn't it? Life on Bolsall common.
Yeah, Claudio camera keeps going off like one of those private shows on a porn site. Not that I know or anything.
We're not paying enough.
No, I haven't gone for my tea. Is that the question for Chad? You probably asked that, didn't you? Too late now.
Yeah.
They said that the pair of you look like twins, Luke, when you're next to each other. I noticed that they look like the Proclaimers.
Yeah, someone said the Proclaimers. Must be the glasses thing, but yeah.
Hamer was superb for us, but we've moved on. I think Frank the Tank is a better player, more effective player.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to ask that question.
Yeah.
I'll ask you, Luke. Hamer or Frank?
Wow. I think I mean, Hamer's still a class player. You look at some of the opportunities he creates, but I don't know. I think there's something magical about Frank. You know, watching him yesterday, watching the highlights yesterday. Yeah, I think there's a lot more to come from him as well. I think we're going to see the real best of him that last run. The last, I think, 4 or 5 games, we'll really see him. And I think if we go up, we're really going to see him like play to his best. There's something. I think there's a lot more to come from Frank, and what we're seeing already is brilliant. So as much as I love Hamer, don't get me wrong, I love him to bits, but I just think Frank's that next level. Maybe it's just due to the experience. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, Vicky. What would you say, Hamer or Frank?
Yeah, no, I think I agree with. I agree with Luke really. I think, Frank's. Maybe that is what it is. It's that experience, isn't it? Like internationally, Premier League, all that. Like it's just a level above. You can just we've only seen a glimpse so far, but you can just tell it's there. Yeah. And I loved Hamer, and I was gutted he went. And I've been hoping every time there's a rumour he's coming back, he was coming back. But I'd still take Frank over. If I could only have one, it'd be Frank. But yeah, not nothing to take against like Hamer's ability or his contribution to the club, but just I think we're just gone up another level now, haven't we? So
yeah, I agree. Claudio, do you agree?
You could do with Hamer in front of Grimes and Frank, couldn't you?
Oh yeah.
But he chose to go in the end, regardless of what we think, if he was sold or not. But he made that decision to leave.
Yeah.
You know, if he could have just simply said, "I'm not leaving, I'm staying," but he didn't. He chose to go. He went for more money. He secured his future. Do we need him back? Well, no. We're top of the league. So you could say we don't need him currently. So he can stay where he is and be below mid-table. And hopefully he gets battered on Wednesday, as far as I'm concerned. Moving on. We need to do to them what we did a couple of years ago at our place and just get stuck into that midfield. Yeah. They've got enough hotheads in that team, as we've seen in the past, where they'll
wind them up a bit. Yeah,
exactly. And I think with Onyeka, you got a player there who will get players sent off. Purely, we just wind them up with the way he plays.
He's brilliant at winning the fouls as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know, someone's coming beyond.
And it's funny though, because they gave him man of the match yesterday.
Yeah,
and I thought he played well, but to me, he didn't really stand. I know it sounds mad. He didn't really stand out, but it's probably because he's doing his job so well, and he just went about the game doing what he's meant to do. But
so he's the difference from the Sheffield United game last season, because the Sheffield United game last season, we made it so easy for them, didn't we? Like we just had no control in midfield at all. Like so that. I'm much more optimistic going up this year, because I think he's what we needed last season in that game. Like we just didn't have any control in midfield at all, and so Onyeka, it's just that. I mean, I think because I said in January, didn't I? If we could only buy one player, he was the player I wanted, and obviously we bought a few more players. But he was the key, because that is the position that we just needed to strengthen. And already in 2 games, you've seen the difference that he makes across the board. It's just So fingers crossed for some more positivity on Wednesday.
We needed somebody, Vicky, we knew who could come into the team and start. We didn't want a bench filler, did we? We needed somebody to make a difference, and And well, he does, doesn't he? The last 2 games, you've seen it.
Well, I think the fans and the players, because the players are looking at him thinking like they know that he's a level above a lot of them, and he's played at a level above a lot of them, so they know that he can come in and make a difference. Because you got that sense with Grimes. It felt like a lot of them felt that with Grimes last year, that they knew that he could contribute, and so you feel like a lot of the players feel the same with Nick, but also like from a fan's perspective, it gave us like a lift, because we knew that we needed that sort of player in midfield. So I just think it probably just drove us all in a more positive direction, and then 6 points later, happy days.
I know. It's been a great.
Yeah, everybody raises their level, don't they? You know, that's a good thing.
We're top and have been nearly all season. We'll stick our chest out, and Leaf has returned, and Lampard never lost faith. His calm head experience has been crucial, says Assassin's Unite. Martin Cadden says, "Hi Ken, I'm back from the land of smiles. There's plenty left in the tank for you."
Hi Martin. Yeah, I did see him yesterday briefly. I've seen him, Tony.
Oh, Martin.
Steve, CCFC, we have to play like we do at home against Blades. Press them and bully their midfield. I'm going 2-1 City. We should set out differently to what we did on Saturday. Different opponents. He knows that.
Yeah.
And different players to look out for.
Absolutely. That's what I think. It's going to be more. It's going to be a bit more open, I think. So you're going to get a chance.
And they play football as well. Cov Carman, it's going to be a tough game. We more than likely crack off at some point. Going for 3-1 win for Cov. Sheffield will play a sent off in the second half.
Well,
please don't go to Sheffield, says Mick Rogers. I won't be.
100% it won't be.
I'll be doing the after show on here. I'm trying to think who's coming on with me. Who's here?
Daddy, is he?
No, I don't think so. Dan did a great job yesterday with his analysis. Brilliant.
Yeah,
JH Audits. Last time we played at them, Madovin done his and tore his ACL.
Yeah, let's hope Rushworth don't do the same.
Oh,
messing about the ball, because we can't afford to lose a goalkeeper.
No.
At this stage.
All right. This is interesting. Sausage United, my favourite Bramall Lane win was 3-0, 1991. Stuart Robson, Sean Flynn, Peter Billing.
Oh, God. Peter Billing, remember him?
He was useless. I'm sorry. just a big lump, wasn't he?
I think he was was he competitive, Claudio?
It was definitely competitive.
I mean, everyone's competitive to a certain point.
yeah.
He used to have, if I remember, he used to have like his teeth missing at the front, didn't he?
Yeah, he was a funny looking guy, wasn't he? It's well, yeah, we weren't. Well, we never really had any money, did we? So that's what you could get.
No.
Dark Farts, after 46 games last season, we won 20, drawn 9, lost 17, scored 64, let in 58. I was looking at that. I saw that earlier. Lost 17. Thinking, how do we lose 17 matches last season? It's quite shocking, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was a weird season, wasn't it? Because we started off poorly. Had that really big bit in the middle that was great, and then like tailed off a bit at the end. And we lost some silly games at the end of the season as well, didn't we? Like Plymouth and Luton, a couple of games like that.
Yeah, we the FA Cup sort of took over, didn't it?
Yeah,
that was the problem.
Doug King is the best chairman we've ever had.
I mean, would you say that, Claudia? Because you've seen a few chairmen.
He's way off it. He's way off it yet. Absolutely way off it. They need to go and study some of our old owners and chairmen. Derek Robbins is by far the greatest owner this club has ever had. Yeah,
he made some rapid changes, hasn't he? Quite quickly, and it's changes like buying the stadium, which was massive. I think it's it's them couple of big changes that's meant a lot at the time, hasn't it?
But Derek Robbins was at the club when this club was going nowhere in the third division. We were closer to getting relegated than going anywhere, and he completely, new mindset. Got a young manager in, Jimmy Hill, and basically said, "Do what you want." He gave him the free rein to do what he wanted. He came in 61-62 season. By the end of 66-67, we got into the Football League Division 1 for the first time ever. Now, if Doug King had been here since League 2, you could say, yes. You know, he's nowhere near as good as Steve Gibson at Middlesbrough. He's been what he's done with that club.
Yeah, he's a fantastic chair.
He's been good in some respects, but I think he's also been a lucky owner as well with what's happened, because when he landed here, he had a pretty much made squad who were, hoping to get to the playoffs that first year, and then luckily had two players in Jokeres and Hamer that he could get loads of money for.
Yeah.
And granted, he spent the money we got for him, but he's yet to actually spend any of his own money. It's all been done with what been generated in the football.
Yes. So it was the right time for him, wasn't it? Look, I suppose, in a way.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you buy a football team, you need to get the stadium anyway. That's part and parcel. Surely, if you own the football team, you need to own that stadium if you can. So, I mean, in fairness, he tried to do it the first time round, and now he's ended up paying 50 million for it. It's incredible, really. Quinton Wright says, that's my answer anyway. Mike Ashley found in his bid became all right. So he fouled in his bid, so he's trying to get it cheap then, probably like he did with our football club.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Paul Stratton agrees. Derek Roms was by a mile best chairman we've ever had. It's Ian Small says, please hello to my grandson Arthur. He's a regular viewer. Arthur, what a great name.
Yes,
Arthur.
hello.
Yes, hello, Arthur.
Not many youngsters called Arthur. I don't know these days, is there?
I think old-fashioned names are coming back, aren't they?
Yeah.
Alfies and Arthurs and Claudios. Yeah.
I'm not sure about Cloud.
Yeah, George and Harry's and Henry's. Yeah. You don't get many Keiths now, do you? And Kevins. They seem to be.
Or Dave. You don't get any babies called Dave.
Although in Germany, Kevin is still a popular name as a first name for some reason.
Apparently, Gary is the most declining name in the English.
Did you say Gary?
Yeah, Gary. It's the most declining name, isn't it? It's the name that's the most declining.
I think the other year there was only 4 Garys registered in England.
How about Derek?
One will be my cousin, Gary.
Not many Dereks I don't hear of.
No.
Interesting.
We've gone off on a weird tangent again, haven't we?
If we go up this season, next year we will be Franks, won't it?
Yeah. Oh, well, it depends where they were conceived. There could be a few Watfords being born. last game of the season. Daddy, why did you call me Watford? Well, last game of the season. Lots of Sheffield United fans were hating on Hamer at the start of the season. There was also a time he was bench warming before Wilder came back in. I personally wouldn't have him back. We've moved on. It very rarely works out a second time around.
Yeah.
I just think it's a bit of a mess, Sheffield United having to go back to Wilder. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Fulham's
It was a horrendous decision to get rid of him, though, wasn't it, really? It was a strange decision.
Well, Fulham's done the same, haven't they? Gone back to an old manager. Ian Plimlock. I think in the end they run out of managers, don't they? Run out of people. It's just a merry-go-round, isn't it? Ian Plimlock, Hamer and the Tank are 2 different players. Hamer is out and out attacking midfielder. The Tank is a ball winner. Yeah, you need both in the same team, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, oh God, if we had them both in the same team, then we'd have some midfield, wouldn't we?
Brian Tully says, I went to Bramwell A in 2010. We won 1-0. Sean Jeffers. He made it 2 late on.
Sean Jeffers, God.
Oh, blast from a past, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is Billing going to be on your history podcast?
I'd love you to interview Billy. And you can replay what you said about him.
I can do it now. Welcome to the Skyblue History Podcast with Jim Brown. And of course, tonight's guest is the very underrated Peter Billing. At his time at Coventry City, didn't really get the plaudits he probably deserved with his performances in what was a very, very poor defence at the time.
Oh, that'd be brilliant. Yeah.
You never know who's watching. Somebody out there knows him somewhere.
I know. I could do a double bill. Peter Billing and Dave Rennie. That'd be a great show. Callum O'Hare also did his ACL at Sheffield United as well as Dovin. That's right. That was a game where we started so well.
Yeah.
And he did that. He was playing great for us at the time, wasn't he, when he came back? And he did that injury. It's like, oh no.
Is that when Vic miss a penalty in that game as well?
Yes. Yeah. Was it to equalise or take the lead?
Yes, something like that. Yeah.
I think to equalise that.
Equalise, that's right. Yeah.
Paul Stratton. Derek Robbins personally bankrolled this club to Division 1 Prem. Doug isn't the same league or even close. There you go, see.
I think it's just like for a lot of people who are especially young, who like only ever known like Sisu and that whole mess that was for like. Then obviously Doug King is the best owner in their like lifetime, isn't it? But doesn't mean he's the best owner ever for the club. I mean, there's like a whole history, isn't there? So, yeah, for a lot of people, they're gonna see him in contrast to what we've had in recent years and think he's great. And undoubtedly, he has done good things, hasn't he? But you're right. There's like people like Derek Robbins is just a different level.
He's definitely the best owner we've had since after Brian Richardson, and even Brian Richardson for some people weren't too happy with him, were they? But
I think that was more over the ground situation, was it?
Well, there's lots of reasons, but yeah, in the last 20 years, we've had some shocking owners, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, owner really. Mark Rainbow says, right, off to work. I hope it doesn't rain all night. Point on Wednesday would be great. We'd win better 2-1 City.
Yeah. Have a good night at work.
Carlo Connor says, my sons are Thomas and Arthur. See,
oh, yeah.
I went to Brian Tully says, I went to you with someone whose family's friend was Lee Jenkinson, of course. And tonight we have on the Sky Blue History podcast Lee Jenkinson, the man who did more step overs than the step over King Ronaldo. You must all remember him doing the step overs.
Yeah.
Does Claudia have his swag bag with him? Says Craig Rob.
You got your burglar jump on again.
And Cameron Grossi says, my friend said Richardson was a bad owner. Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those, Cameron Grossi. I think everything started out in good intentions, but it's difficult when I think the problem was he paid to do the job when others weren't. And so he's taking money out of the club when basically we had no money. So it's a strange situation, but there's things he did. He tried to improve things, but I just don't think we could deal with it. All these so-called stars that came in, the money they were on, and then they got noticed by other clubs who were bigger than us. And you're not going to hold on to Dublin, are you? Once Villa come in for him, regardless how much you're going to offer him, he wanted to go and play for his team he supported, basically. And there was others, but we sold Huckerby when he didn't want to go. Yeah, there's lots of things that weren't right, but it was all down to the fact the bank wanted money off us.
Yeah.
What do you do? It's very difficult. Chippy Dave says, Chippy Dave. If we go up to the Premiership, we might get some bigger backers invest in the club. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, Claudio. I think Doug will be tempted to sell if we go up. If a big bid comes in.
Worth a lot of money. Neil Jake says, can you please say hello to my grandson, Drew Peacock? He was at the game yesterday. Hello.
Hello, who?
Drew Peacock. I'm quite liking this now. I'm doing shout outs on the show. This is fun.
You're not on your radio station now, I know.
I don't know what's happening now. Ryan Tully says, I've got to add it down to Matt Richardson. I was also photograph hunting. I asked him if Dublin was still at the stadium. He said, Dion or Mr. Dublin. Dear. Right, back to you, Ken.
Right, okay. I'm going to talk about Latti actually in defence, because he's come in, he's done a fantastic job, hasn't he? And he was really out of the picture completely, if you remember. At some stage, he wasn't even on the bench on a couple of occasions, but he's now kept a clean sheet and keeping Kitchen and the Wolf out of the team. Luke, first of all, were you surprised Latty's still in the team, or did you expect Kitchen to come back in?
Yeah, I thought he was gone, if I'm honest. It didn't look good for him, did it?
No.
That's his time over. I thought he would go. I thought that he'll be gone come January. I said it to a few friends, but when he come on, when he was called up for his first game. I can't remember who it was against now.
Was it Southampton?
Southampton. Yeah, Southampton with the illness.
Southampton game. I remember watching it and thinking, oh, is this a different Latte? You know what I mean? Or was he just, he's just thought, this is my one chance, and it's proven it, hasn't it, over time? It just goes to prove if you really sort of will push the boat out and push yourself, your manager will see it. But I'm really surprised. I'm quite happy for him because I quite like Latte. I've always liked him as a defender. It's nice to see him back, but I think it's a good partnership at the minute. When I saw it, the lineup yesterday, I thought, oh, Thomas again back with Latte. That's interesting.
And he's very vocal as well. We noticed from the side of the pitch at the fans, he's very vocal.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't realise, but when you're at the ground, you can see him shouting and giving instructions out to the fullbacks and people like that. Telling them to get back, push in, get inside. And I didn't realise he was like that. When you watch carefully, you can see him. He's very vocal, and I'm really happy for him that he's come back and he's doing really well. And he's the man. He's got the shirt at the minute, as far as I'm concerned. He's the man in form. And Kitchen did have his shirt, and he put in a few bad performances, didn't he? So,
son of a good team, though, isn't it? Everyone's fighting for their position. And, let's not take the credit away from Latte's international team, because some people go, well, he's not playing for England, but there was a reason why I was an international at one point. Let's not forget that.
Yeah. Vicky, where do you stand on Latte?
I'm like Luke, but I've always liked him. And actually, he's got. I mean, Jack could probably answer this better, but he's got a pretty decent record against when he's played results. There was a stage last season when I think something like 9 out of 10 of our clean sheets he'd played in. So generally we do well when he plays. So yeah, I've always been a fan, and I think that's a nice partnership, him and Thomas. I don't know, and I think like Luke said, it felt very much like he was probably on his way out of the club. He's clearly been working hard on the training ground because Frank's talked about that. He took his opportunity, he played well, and that's a sign to a lot of players, isn't it? You might think you're getting frozen out. You can deal with that one or two ways, and you can be professional, work hard, and then you've still got a chance, haven't you? And that's a good message to like other professionals around, I think, isn't it? That that's the way to go about it, and it's nice to see him getting some reward for that, and also some reward for that, in that he hasn't been dropped straight away again. Like he's getting a few games now, and I think he deserves it.
Yeah, and certainly he's keeping Kitchen out, and the Wolf, of course.
And he has got quite a bit of experience. I mean, I know he plays for Jamaica now, but he did play in the at youth level. He played for England, and I'm pretty sure he captained. Like, I can't remember what level it was at, but he captained them to like a final or something, and it was like playing with Foden and that. Like, so he's played and captained like with some decent players there. So there is like some experience in there. Like the shouting that Luke just said about, it's not a massive shock. I think that's probably from that experience that he's got. So it's it's good.
Yeah, Claudio, where are you, Latte lover?
Latte lover,
because he's a Jamaican international. Is it Jamaican international?
Claudio's the talent of the Latte.
The Latte lover. Firstly, going off it a little bit is disappointment in Wolfendine, because really, I'm sure he was brought in to come into the team and not just be a bit part player. So that's disappointing.
I think he's been unfortunate though, Wolfendine, because there's a couple of times he did play reasonably well and he got dropped, and they brought back Kitchen and Thomas, didn't they, at one stage, and dropped Wolfendine completely when he did have a bad game, to be honest, on a couple of times. But he hasn't had a run in the side, has he? Well,
probably because he's not been good enough overall.
Well, he's had probably one or maybe two games at the most. He hasn't had a run of like 3 games, or has he?
Well, maybe Frank would probably watch the games and think, I haven't seen enough to trust you in another game. That's the issue. I think with Latte, he's come in and alongside Bobby Thomas looks a bit more assured, I think. Because Bobby Thomas is a funny one, isn't he? I love the fact yesterday they did it again. They didn't mess around with some of the clearances. They just hoofed it, didn't they? I thought it was beautiful. I love that sort of stuff. Just get rid of it. if in doubt, kick it out. The old sayings.
Yeah.
I think Latty alongside him, he's all right. I think Latty struggles when he's with Kitchen and Wolfenden. I don't know. So sometimes it's to do with who you're playing alongside with as well. Maybe gives you the confidence to play better. But he's deserved to stay in the team. And I mean, if you was to take him out on Wednesday, you'd all be thinking, "What are you doing, Frank?"
Yeah.
Because we've got 13 games now. It's kind of like, I'm sorry, lads, for you to play now, these are going to have to be poor for you to come in, unless absolutely dead on the feet.
Yeah, or suspension. That's the only way.
Exactly, because I think you can't. 13 games. This now is the biggest 13 games in the history of Coventry City, I think, because it's so monumental what you get at the end of it. Yeah. This is massive. It is really massive now. We almost cocked it up. Somehow we've got our noses back in front again. It's massive now.
And it's very much in our own hands, isn't it? Now we're back on the top of the tree. So
we win Wednesday. We could be 6 wins away from promotion. I don't think you need more than about 88 points this season because of all the teams playing each other. So we could get it done. If we do what Vicky says, another one of those Lampard runs, why not? Why can't we do another 9 in 10? That's it, game over.
Yeah, but of course it's a possibility we can do that, definitely.
I don't think you can mess about with anything in the defence now unless there's a major cock-up or suspension or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think Bobby's had a reprieve because there must have been a chat there because for 3 or 4 games, even when he came back, I don't know what he was doing. He was like, wanted to get off he got sent off at Blues, at QPR, and he got sent off again, didn't he, when he did some off the ball? Like he lost his head. But I think Thomas and Latty together, for whatever reason, seems to work at the minute. Why change it? And you got decent players to come on if they have to.
Yeah.
I mean, what's Kitchen done wrong, really? Not a lot.
No, he's just him and Thomas really were poor on a few occasions, weren't they? Giving the ball away and getting caught out, maybe galloping forward out of position and not getting back, and then teams scoring against us left us wide open on a couple of occasions, I think, didn't he?
The game at Southampton where it was backs against the wall after Jade Silva got sent off, and everyone said how well they played, the two of them. But really, that's a bit like the Oxford game in reverse, wasn't it? Where we just put everybody behind the ball. Just keep heading the ball out. Just keep clearing it. Just keep heading it, clearing it. That's all we were doing the whole second half, really. Yeah. And it did look good. But basically, if you're a defender, if you can't head it and kick it out, what else are you going to do? That's your job, isn't it? And your job is to be a defender, is to defend your goal. That's just basic, as far as I'm concerned. As Roy Keane says, just do your job.
But does that not show how far we've become now? How far we've come, sorry. When you, like you say, just one or two mistakes is enough to go, right, you're moving, you're going to be on the bench and someone else is coming in. You think how many years ago we'd have stuck with that one defender, even though he's made mistakes. And now it's like, sorry, not, you've had one mistake, 2 mistakes that have been critical. Right, now you're going to wait now and we're going to bring someone else in and see how they, and you have to fight back for your place. I think it shows great. It shows where we've come as a club.
Yeah.
I think. Do you think Frank's got a settled team now? Do you think he's not going to make many changes from the team?
That's definitely the team. Yeah, that's definitely the team for the next 13 games for me.
Yeah, unless any injuries or suspensions and stuff like that, I think the team we've seen play in the last 2 games would be the first choice for the next 13, if you like.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
the only player at risk is Haji Wright. I still think he's the one at risk out of all the players in that team currently, because he has to perform in these next 13 games. Your centre forward has to perform the way we play. He's the only one whose place would be under threat, I think. With BTA around as well, you got somebody else as well as Ellis to come in that role. Because BTA could do that role on his own, couldn't he?
Yeah. possibility.
You have to hope with the sort of two players behind him in the World Cup coming up, that's going to be enough to drive him to. Like, I mean, and if that's not enough to drive him, then that's a poor shout, really, isn't it? If the chance of promotion and also the chance of getting into a World Cup squad isn't enough to drive you on, then what you're doing, really.
Yeah, be interesting. 13 cup finals, if you like, isn't it? And will be interesting to see where we finish in the end. But I'm still pretty confident we'll do it. Right, let's just have a look at any of the business we've got going on. We've got this Darren Huckerby. Now, he will be. This is going to be the fans show, so it's your questions, please. We want your questions for Darren Huckerby. Thursday, the 26th of March. He'll be live on Sky Blue Fans TV. We want you to get your questions in, please, to us that we can ask Darren. There's loads of questions you can ask him. He was a fantastic player for us, scored some fantastic goals, didn't he? And he played in a fantastic team. So, that's a day. That's a day for you, viewers and fans out there. This is the time for you to get your questions in, because all the questions that we'll be asking from yourself. So just email them in to us if you can, and then we'll get them all. We'll get them all ready, and we'll ask Darren when he comes in on Thursday, the 26th of March. That would be a live show here on Sky Blue Fans TV. So that's very one to look forward to. Also, he's been on the. Tell us about this, Cloud, because he's already been on your history podcast, hasn't he?
Yeah, last week. It's good, really good, interesting. He's just a nice bloke, and very confident, but not in an arrogant way. He was confident in his ability. He'd got the legs to beat defenders, and he knew he could score goals. So great combination. Yeah,
fascinating. So it'd be interesting to see what he has to say. I've been looking forward to that show, so it'd be interesting. Also, we have a couple of things I'm going to put out for Miles. There's a quiz night at the Black Swan on the 24th of February from 7:30, plus the play your cards, right? So make sure if you can get down there, if you live in that area, in Henley and Arden. And also he's got the quiz night at the Duke. There's also play your cards right there. That's Wednesday, 25th of February. £2 a person, 6 players per team. It's a good night. I've been down there myself. The Old Shepherd. Now they've got a closing down party Saturday, 28th of February, 7:30 till late. So that's with DJ Malsey, and that should be interesting. So they're spending a lot of money on the pub apparently. They will be back open again. They're not closing down for good. They will be back, and there's a lot of money being spent on the pub. So they're having a closing down party. So you might even get some cheap beer. You never know. Reduced to clear. And Vicky, any information about this?
Yeah, so obviously that's so the club's obviously being raffled the shirt. Sorry, start again. So the Coventry shirt signed shirt's been raffled. That's down at the Walsgrave, so you can either go down there or go onto their Just Giving page to enter the raffle. That'll be drawn on the 9th of March. So they're going to do the run from the 6th to the 9th of March. They're currently thinking that'll probably end now at the Walsgrave rather than the ground, because obviously originally they were going to do it so that they arrived at the CBS for match day.
Yeah.
They've got to rearrange. It'll be a Monday night now, so they're thinking that they're going to finish at the Walsgrave so that there's a place for people to sort of be, to see them over the line, see the raffle. But they're just finalising details. So once we've got all that, obviously we'll put that out on the socials and talk about it on the show. But if anyone wants to,
if people want to buy the tickets, where can they get them from?
So either down the Walsgrave or on their Just Giving page. So they're on our socials, if it's Facebook, X, anything like that. If you go on, you'll see that poster and the Just Giving links below that.
Yeah. Okay, very good cause as well. So make sure you dig down deep for that, because so there's a shirt. It's on. I've seen it myself. It's in the Walsgrave beyond the bar. You can get your tickets from there as well. So it's all going to a fantastic cause. Okay, just a quick look at our predictions. Now, I did get the correct score, and so did Jack on Saturday against West Brom. I said 2-0, and so did Jack. So we've both got points to add to that, I think. But at the moment, Jack's ahead. Miles is right down the bottom there, look. So,
I'm still below Claudio. That's still wrong.
yeah, I think he's updated. That's not the updated one. I know I definitely got 2. I said 2-0. And so did Jack, I believe. Anybody else say 2-0? What did you say for West Brom?
I said 2-1, I think. So I think I got it right with the wrong score.
What did you say, Claudio?
3-0, but that's not updated from last week.
No, that's an old one, yeah. So that is the league table at the moment. But it won't, I mean, the top 2 won't change, obviously, because I think we both got correct results again. So it'll be a bit like Middlesbrough and Coventry. They won't change. So it'll be top 2.
All right, get off the screen. I'm not using the not my normal camera, just the.
Oh,
yeah, just as good. Actually, might just go with this camera.
Where's that one? Where do you get that one from?
This is part of the laptop. I'm having.
Oh, the built-in one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to spend some money on another camera. I don't know what's going on. Right, shall I read some comments? I've got.
Yeah, got some more comments.
See you next week after win. Oh, that was. I think I read that one.
Yeah.
Reserve my judgment on Doug until actually spends money on players, club like Derek Robbins, Brian Richardson did to get success. Doug, unfortunately, isn't in the same league to compete. Mick Kelly, Torp, Latty, Eccles have all improved under Frank.
Yeah, I agree there, yeah.
Latty's been ace. I did laugh at something I heard today. They said watching Latty run was like watching the Tin Man off the Oz run. Well, I've always said it does. I've said this, haven't I, Vicky? He runs like he's got a golf ball between the cheeks of his back. It's like he's trying to do some sort of pelvic exercise, isn't he? He's got... I can't. Yeah. Ice Chips. Latty spent 7 years at Man City and has a very good mentality. His versatility has cost him as he plays defensive midfield internationally. He's been a decent squad player since he's joined. Under 18's captain at youth level. Will King, King of Shays, enjoy the journey. PSB believe. Of course, his brother, possibly the best chairman we've ever had at this club. Mick, PUSB, Daniel loves a little nice latte. Wolfie was dire at Wrexham. That didn't help. Ice Chip says as well. Wolfie was dreadful against Wrexham. The worst performance any player this season.
There was no way that guy would have scored a hat-trick. What's his name? He scored a hat-trick for Wrexham.
Keep see the goals yesterday against Ipswich. That first goal, what a strike that was.
Yeah.
Why do people call the Premier League the Premiership? It bugs the heck. I know. Well, it was the Premiership, and then they changed it, but people still call it the Premiership. It's the Premier League. Latty is underrated, says the Mandeep Singh. You don't get into the Man City Academy for nothing. The kids who get into those are under massive competition. Latty, no frills, just gets on with it. Kitchen thinks he's Beckenbauer. Oh dear, says. What a defender he was. Frank Wood, Thomas passing is still poor. That's true. We could gain promotion, says Craig Robinson, by the end of March, mid-April, if we play it right on the nights. If we have a good game, we'll do it.
Right. Where have you heard them statements before?
PSB says, sorry, I'll call it Premier League from now on. I don't want to bug anybody. EMC won't play Wednesday. He took 2 kicks and was passive.
Okay. Well, we've got. They'll probably play SA then, won't they? Probably, I presume. The left.
Just stick an injection in his foot. Foodtech original main attributes of a good centre back: height, pace, strength of tackling, distribution. If motivation was more important, we would have Mr. Motivator at centre back.
It's actually his height that does for Latty, isn't it? I think if he was a few inches taller, it's just a little bit short for like a really top centre back, isn't it? I think that's what does him, because I think he's got a lot. For me, he's probably the most defensive defender. He likes to defend. You can see that in him. Like he is just wants to be a defender. He does that job well. But yeah, just a little bit short, I guess. And I think it makes people underrated because he's decent. I think.
Yeah.
Bit fortunate of no VAR in the Championship. Thought the Onyeka foul was quite high on the heel, which could have been a red. He's doing great at the moment. Everyone is getting up with him leading.
G'd up with him.
G'd up. Michael Terry says, what is the state of play with suspensions? I don't know, actually.
Well, I think, is there no more cut-off, is there? Is there another cut-off before the end of the season? I think that's it now, isn't it?
I don't know.
There may be another cut-off, because there's a few on bookings. Even Sakamoto's been booked the last couple of games, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, hasn't he?
Yeah,
I think
so,
Milan's on 7, I think. Love the Darren Huckerby interview. He really loved our club, didn't want to leave. Ronnie Obama says, Cloudy, will you get Chippo on the History podcast? Ooh,
Chippo.
Chippo Achi, yeah.
Because he stayed, didn't he?
Yes.
Where
did he go to after he left us?
Good question. Can't remember now. Thoughts? SA top signing, class, skillful player from Premier League, cost 12 million. Can't get enough starting 11. So, what are EMC and Tats currently worth? It's GOB Boxing. Can you shout out to my grandkids? I shan't be reading those out.
You nearly got caught there, didn't you? You nearly got caught.
That's a bit like the number plate, isn't it? Anyone for a DJ, yeah. Yes. Class.
They've asked for this, haven't we? Getting all these.
That's the level of viewer we've got now. It's
we'll jump on the bandwagon, get no kids' names out.
Yes, I think I've caught up with the messages, Ken.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, by the way. There it is. You all goes to the channel. Very good. We'll welcome him. Thank you very much if you could do that. The more the better. It helps the channel, and it is free, so you can pay for it if you want to. That depends on there's different bits and bobs you can get, can't there, Claudia? I mean, Miles knows more about that, but I think
I got a clue.
You get some special things. You can pay for it, but I'm sure if you read all about it, it'll tell you. But
you get to see Claudio early, don't you? That's one of the perks. You get to see Claudio like 48 hours early.
Get early, 24 hours. And if you haven't seen him enough, you get him a bit earlier than anybody else with the history podcast.
Oh, yes, do your voicemail for you on your phone.
Yeah, one of his many interpretations, like Mrs. Doubtfire or like
yes,
child catcher.
Right, okay, then before we go, we can just talk a little bit about Wednesday's game, how important it is. Massive game. Is it, Luke, a must-win game or just must not lose?
I think it's a must not lose. I think 80% of me tells me I want the win, especially going into Saturday's game. A draw. I'm getting greedy. I don't really want to draw, but I think I'll take a draw, especially at Bramall Lane. But yeah. It's definitely a must not lose. We've either got to walk away. We've got to walk away with a point or three, without a doubt.
I'm not sure who Middlesbrough are playing. I suppose there's a full program, isn't there? Midweek. So I presume Middlesbrough. Yeah.
They're playing Birmingham, aren't they? Isn't that Birmingham?
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be interesting. Claudio, what do you think? A must not win, or what do you think? A must win?
Depends what happens on Tuesday.
Yeah.
If Borough got Leicester, haven't they?
Was it Leicester?
Yeah. Sorry, and then Birmingham's the next one, isn't it? Yeah.
And Leicester are no mugs still. They've still got a good side. So anything there.
Yeah.
the difference is Middlesbrough's not. I don't think it's so much they want to finish above us. Yeah, they might want to win the league, but at the minute they've got to try and make sure nobody catches them up.
Yeah.
You know, so there's pressure all around now of these games, and then you got Ipswich playing, thinking we need to win because we need to stay in touch.
Well, especially after losing on Saturday.
So currently we're in a great position. So,
Yeah.
and you know, if they draw again on Tuesday night, which is a good possibility, you know, even a point's great, isn't it?
Yeah, especially. I think the pressure's relieved a little bit because we got the 3 points at West Brom. Had we only got 1 point there, we'd be looking for the 3 points, wouldn't we, on Wednesday? Really, because that would have kept us, you know, above them. At the end of the day, we got 3 points in the bag already on Saturday. So a point on Wednesday is not the end of the world because it's a hard place to go to. Vicky, do you think that way? What do you think?
I think. Well, when we spoke about it, when Claudio asked us through the week about what we thought about the next 5 games, I said it'd be 4 wins and a draw, and the draw was going to be at Bramall Lane. That's what I said. Now getting slightly greedy, I really want the 3 points.
Yeah, we all get greedy, don't we?
But also because I think if we get 3 points on Wednesday, 3 points on Saturday, that's 12 points over that 4 games. I really think that just puts us in such a strong position, and just like it puts so much pressure on all the other teams that are trying to catch up, and it just puts us in such a better position. And that's what I would like. It'd be just nice to just like sort of feel like we're getting closer and closer. But if the worst happens and somehow we get nothing, I don't think it's not the end of promotion, is it? There's still enough games to come. It'll just be disappointing. It'll be like another part of the roller coaster journey, and we'll have to go again. But so I don't think whatever happens, it's a turn on Wednesday, is it? Like promotion, but it just if we get those 3 points and then follow that up with another 3 points on Saturday, it just puts us in such a strong position.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I think that's
I think we're winning as well. I think it puts pressure on that Borough Ipswich game. They might be in such a. It might be that sort of pressure that, you know, with a bit of luck, they might just come out with a point each, and that's what I think. Yeah.
We've got to worry about. You've got to just do business ourselves, I think, and worry about the others afterwards. As long as we perform to a good standard, don't let ourselves down, you know, and put a good performance in, we've got every chance of winning on the day, I think. Because I personally think we've got better players than they have. So on the day, I think we can beat them if we get up to the Middlesbrough's the yardstick, isn't it? That's the way we played, and that's the way we've got to look at every other game now, I think. I know it's not always going to be like that, but that's the level we've got to get to, because they are, you know, the second best team in the league by far, I think. Them and probably Ipswich as well, but the level we played against Middlesbrough is, we know we can do it, so there's no reason why, you know, we can't get to that level. So I know it's not going to happen every game, but that's what we've got to look at, and then if we get to that standard, we're going to win most games, I think, to be honest. So it'll be interesting. Any more comments to finish on, or what?
Well, yeah, but playing away is different to playing at home. That's the.
It is, and that's our problem. It shouldn't. Well, it's the same. It shouldn't be, but I know what you're saying, because we've got the crowd behind us and everything. Our home record's brilliant, but to win the league, or if you're going to get out of this league, you've got to perform away from home as well, haven't you?
But we showed at Middlesbrough away that we could do that, can't we? That's the sort of performance we need, like that Middlesbrough away game. Like, so just hit the levels. I think Sheffield United is a weird team, aren't they? Because like Borough, you know, are decent and they're second. Ipswich, you know, got a decent squad and they're fourth. Sheffield United are another team with decent. They've got decent players. It's going to be a tough game, and it's just weird that they're so far down the table. I think just because they started the season so well, but it's a slightly false position for them against their actual squad ability. So, but if we turn up, we've already shown with the away game against Middlesbrough that we can turn up, and we didn't even have Frank the Tank then, did we? So now we've got Frank the Tank to help get us over the line. It'll be great. Yeah, exactly. And we just hope Patrick Bamford don't score against us, because that'll be just typical, wouldn't it? You just cursed it, haven't you, Ken? No, you know, he has been scoring, and you know, just hope he has a quiet game. Well, Latty and Thomas will keep him quiet, hopefully.
So there's no reason why they can't. So, yeah, it'd be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the game. So, yeah. Okay, then, Claudia, any more comments we finish on?
It's a must-win game on Wednesday with Rothwell and Phillips suspended. There will be light in midfield. I'll take a point now. Craig says, how many of the top 8 have to play each other? Quite a few. Jack did a thing, didn't he, the other night where he's probably our best defender. He's just average for all those other things like running and passing. At least he's cut the habit of flopping onto the floor when he's the last man, hoping to get a free kick. Yes, Tully says it's weird. Sheffield United are close to the playoffs and Stoke now. Be careful what you wish for. You can at least walk the walk with the Wrexham. That's Paul Stratton, because BCFC reckons they're going to hammer Borough. I think we can leave it with this, actually. Currently, we are the best team in the league. Just believe, says Frank Wood.
Yeah, well, that's what we're going to leave with, because I think we are. The table doesn't lie at the end of the day, does it? No. We are top of the tree, and we have been there for most of the season. We had a little break, a little rest, but we soon gathered our momentum and got back to top. And hopefully we can stay there until the end of the season now. So big game then at Bramall Lane. We're all looking forward to it. And there's no reason whatsoever why we can't get 3 points there. And have a look at Hamer's and O'Hare's faces at the final whistle. We'll all enjoy that.
More Wilder's face. I can't. Wilder's face will be.
Yeah, Chris Wilder. Yeah, he's another one. So it'll be interesting, and I'm looking forward to it. So that's it then. We'll leave it there. Thank you very much, Luke, for jumping on. I know you're a bit rushed. Thank you very much for jumping on, mate.
Glad to be back in time.
Yeah. Thank you, Vicky, as always. Thank you, Claudia, for your input. Thank you very much.
Yeah, when you could see me.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
Get that camera sorted. See, it's not always my tech that fails. Prove that point.
So annoying, that is. Yes. Back on Wednesday for the aftermatch thing.
Yeah. Oh, yes. You're back Wednesday aftermatch. About what, 10 o'clock-ish?
Don't know yet.
If you need me, Claudio, I'll be there.
Right.
I'll be watching.
It'll be a very happy one or a very angry one, won't it? That's what you've got to put up with, I suppose.
Yeah.
Depending on the
Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, you can join Claudia Wednesday, and then we'll have a show, of course, on Thursday. Miles will be back on Thursday. So join them then for that. That's it then. Very good night to you all, and speak play up Sky Blues.
Yeah, play up Sky Blues.
Sky Blues.
Top of the league.
Sky Blue Fans TV. For the fans, by the fans.